Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I hope you're off to a beautiful start today. Thank you for your time and thank you for your energy. And this morning, I want to share something with you that I know is living deep inside of you. And this is interesting because I was just reading an article in Fast Company, a magazine that's very much dedicated to technology, up and coming companies, and really all about the authentic nature of entrepreneurship. And it's a beautiful thing because I was reading more about how it is that certain companies these days are doing all they can to absolutely bring forth their authenticity in order for people to connect with them, to consumers to buy from them. And I was thinking about how it is that the word authenticity comes from a Latin root, author, which basically means self-preservation and self-actualization. It's about how we bring our story into the world and whether or not our story is true, whether or not we abide by it, whether or not we have a faith to express it. Now, what Fast Company was saying was fascinating. They were saying that the most authentic companies are the ones that people truly connect to, and they're the companies that people want to buy from. And they said the same thing happens with human beings. We don't want to be around people who put a facade up. We don't connect with people who are not authentically bringing forth their truth. And as I was investigating the most authentic leaders in the world, the ones who've created some of the most amazing companies, the greatest spiritual movements, the ones who made the greatest impact in the world, and a side effect that impact, the greatest income, they were the people who were not afraid to step into being an author of their most important truth. Think about that. So often in life, we give our power away, which in essence is giving our story away. We let somebody else be the author of our life. We give our story away to an old friend who said something and then diminished us. We give our power away to parents who may not have always loved us in a way that brought forth our authentic self, or when we did, it was diminished by them, either on purpose or just unconsciously. There may be a teacher in your life who told you something about you, and it was during a time when you were vulnerably expressing the truth of who you are, and that wasn't good enough in the eyes of the teacher, and then you decided you were going to dim your light to make that teacher more comfortable. Or it's like many people, and I'm one of those people. I decided a long time ago that the story I was leading was a story that was about what my parents and my teachers and others said I could be. More importantly, said I couldn't be. And then I had to dig deep inside of my heart and ask myself, what do I want to be? What's a story that I want to tell? And it wasn't a story that was built on what I wanted the world to see. It was more a story about what I needed to see inside of myself. Every single human being has a story inside of them. You have a story inside of you. And the only way that you are going to create a life of deep purpose, and more importantly, deep peace, is to whether or not you are going to decide once and for all to claim your story. Be the author of what you know that bring alive. Helps you to bring forth this version of you that makes you feel like you're living in integrity, that you're honoring your moral character, that you are presenting to yourself first and foremost something that makes you proud, something that makes you feel alive and awake. So today, as you're thinking about your story and how you're going to go into the day and express it, how you're going to live it, ask yourself this simple question. Am I the author, or am I using words? Am I using actions? Am I using a storyline that's from something else or somebody else from another time that is not my truth? And if it is, simply grab the knowing that the sequel is inside of you. It's in your heart. Stop everything and ask yourself, what makes you come alive? What is the greatest and most true, faithful, confident, courageous, warrior nature inside of you? And then begin again. Express your truth and express it with ego-free swagger and wild abandon. Authenticity. It's something that makes us all come alive. And when we're telling that story, the people around us will pay attention because it'll ignite in them the opportunity to do the same. The more that we authentically lead our lives, the more we become a movement of possibility. And this community gets a chance to author something extraordinary beginning now. I wish you well with the sequel. I hold in my heart that you tell the truth. Much love and every blessing. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.